what your inner child wants or like about your inner child, we are going to do it live in front of you.
So, and the phrase inner child was coined, I believe, at least 20 years ago by someone who is doing the inner child work themselves.
So, welcome guys to our new episode, and today we are going to have a very deep conversation about inner child. Why I am so excited for this podcast, because today we are not going to just speak about how to understand what your inner child wants or like about your inner child. We are going to do it live in front of you, and we are going to also do a session together. We are like, it is interesting. Like, make sure to watch this till the end. I'm not able to explain you how this podcast is going to be with my words, but I'm so excited for this podcast. So it's your duty to watch this till the end, and let's get started. Today we have Vandana with us. Hi Vandana, how are you?
Hi, Chetan. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me on your show today. It's an honor.
Thank you so much for like giving me your time. It is very, very important for me. And
Of
thank you
course.
so much once again for joining this podcast. So
Thank you.
Vandana is a energy healer. She is in this space from last 10 years. She's healing people. She is also an inner child mentor, and there are a lot of things that she have done in her life. So I'm very, very curious, and I have a lot of questions for you. So Vandana, let's get started without wasting any time. So Vandana, like, let's get started with this term. Like, what does this term inner child means to you? Like, well, let's
Mhm.
explain this to the audience first, and then we can go deeper and deeper in this podcast.
So, and the phrase inner child was coined, I believe, at least 20 years ago by someone who is doing the inner child work themselves, which also translates to
Hmm.
another term called the adult child. So, if the inner child is still unhealed and wounded and their needs are still
Yeah.
unmet, then they will grow up if they don't do the internal work and they don't address the past traumas. They'll grow up to become what's called an adult child in recovery. So, recovering from inner child wounding is always possible, but it takes the ability to become very aware and conscious and to get out of the trap of denial. Because when you're in denial and you just pretend to yourself and the world that everything was okay growing up and you had the idyllic, perfect parents, and adult caregivers, then you're doing
Yeah.
yourself a disservice, right?
Yeah.
So just coming out of the closet and just admitting, like, yeah, my parents or my grandparents, whoever raised me, they had problems. They were hurt people who hurt me.
Sure.
So they say hurt people, and this gets passed on from generation to
Yeah.
generation. So this is generational
Uh,
trauma, and it feels to an adult child like that trauma and the fear and the unpredictability and the dysfunction um, in their childhood home environment, it's still playing out. So everything can trigger us, right? Can trigger us to experience similar symptoms of feeling unsafe mostly, or feeling in danger. Even if there is no viable danger, there's no threat or danger. So yeah, and there are many ways that you can tell, which I'll read you. There's a whole list called the laundry list, which is this is how I found out that I was actually a survivor of childhood trauma, because sometimes the trauma, the ongoing chronic stress, the pain, the trauma, all of that is very subtle if it's not physical, right? Because there are many different types of abuse or mistreatment or neglect, and sometimes if it's not physical, we can forget, or we stuff those, memories away in a closet, right? But that actually, yeah, can actually hurt us a lot and create a lot of dysfunction in our adult relationships, especially with our own children. Or grandchildren or family members. Yeah. So there are a lot of indicators that will point to uh, to help people to come out and to realize like there's no shame in this. Like you can definitely live a good quality life, a healthy life. You can heal your relationships, and you don't have to keep suffering in this cycle uh, of depression, or frustration again and again. But it's important to know what the signs are so you can recognize if this
Yeah.
is you or not.
So Vandana, what I understand about like inner child, there are a lot of things that happens to you in the childhood when you start like becoming a man, like you are growing your life. So there are a lot of things that happens to your life, and it is very difficult to forget all those things that are happening in your childhood, and that is what create trauma in your mind. And like the memory get their own space, and anything that happens in this world get triggered. And it is very important to understand if there is any trauma that is sitting behind your mind, and people are not able to understand that. So how to identify that there is something that is going on in my mind and I have to start working on it?
Well, when your relationships keep failing over and over again, people wind up leaving you or you leave people before they have a chance to leave you. You always walk around feeling like you're not good enough. Um, you feel invisible. You feel unheard. All of these are definite signs, like patterns of, these type of survivor programs. It's a natural survivor or survival response, like a defense mechanism. But then after a while, when you see that things just aren't working out for you, um, and you keep kind of like falling flat and you are not able to rise up again, so to speak, then you have to do the inner work, and that takes courage. It definitely takes a lot of courage. It's not easy, but for us, because for adult children, we never really had that consistent support system in our home. And then trust is also a big issue for adult children. Because if you can't trust the first caregivers in your life and they didn't earn your trust, then it's going to be hard to not only trust other people that you're exposed to, whether it's a working relationship or a romantic relationship, but also it's going to be really challenging to trust yourself.
Yeah, 100%,
Hmm.
100%. I totally understand that. So, Vandana, like when we were talking about the inner child, like how we can identify what is the one thing that is going on in your mind, it I can understand that a
Yeah.
life of a healer is very different from a life of a common person. Well, that is, there are a lot of things that happens to a healer's life, and that is the reason they become a healer, to heal people. So I want to
Hmm.
understand like how
Yes.
your journey looks like what was that one thing that forced you and you started healing people.
Yeah, I've always been like the peacekeeper in my family. I've always been sort of like almost like a parent to my own parents, which is called parentification. And I've always been attracted to the spirit world, and always like sort of grew up like even offering psychic readings to my friends as a teenager, and working with like candles and oils and things like that. So I always was attracted to that. And then when I got married very young, I married somebody who was very troubled and very addicted. And for the majority of the 20 years we were together, I was always trying to heal him. And that's when I realized that, well, I'm really good at this and I love doing it, and people naturally come to me for help. And it's the most rewarding feeling in the world to know that I've actually touched somebody's heart and I've actually empowered them and inspired them to make important changes that they couldn't have made on their own. So this is something that is just, it's my soul role, basically. But yes, I also realized along the way, hey, I need healing too,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
also I learned a lot about myself through these troubled relationships. And this is what I mean
Yeah.
when you have, for example, I had a very dismissive, narcissistic father. And so
Mm.
I never really felt like he gave me the love and the attention and the affection that I deserved. So I was always really trying hard to be approved, and I learned how to people please from a very young age and how to caregive. So I became a caregiver. I became a people pleaser in my relationships, especially in my romantic relationships. So I always was attracted to somebody that I can maybe finally win the love from, that I never was able to from my biological father, you know. And then I realized, like, in another relationship I had after my divorce, when the man that I was seeing at that time, we were in a serious relationship for many years. And he turned to me and he said, I am not your father. And that really shook me to the core. And that
Mm.
made me realize, like, oh, my goodness, I still have father issues,
Yeah.
daddy issues, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so these are just examples of, my inner child still needing healing and needing to be reparented and needing to be validated and seen and heard and soothed and supported. So, yeah, this is basically my story. And then I realized, like, I needed
Mm.
to focus the attention on self-care and self-healing.
Right. Right.
And that's when I
Right.
really became an official healer, which is not 10 years ago. Like you said, it was actually almost 20 years ago. So it was in 2007, 2006,
Amazing.
uh, when I started to realize, like, when everything came together, the universe really made this happen. And I was able to study for 1 year and become a Reiki master teacher and take all the advanced levels. And
Right.
um, from that
It's
moment that I graduated, my whole life changed, And so, yeah, I've been practicing very many different healing modalities since then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vandana, that's amazing. Like, I can totally understand that. Vandana, I want to understand from a perspective of a common person, like who is watching this video. Like, you told
Mm-hmm.
us like how to identify that there is a trauma inside you, how to identify. You told us that we can sit in silence and then understand what is going on in your mind, and that is how you can understand that there is something. But how to start the process of healing that trauma that we have? Like, what is the process looks like should
Mm-hmm.
I start doing some small
Yeah.
small thing in my daily life? Should I change the habit that I have? Like, what do you say?
Okay. It's almost impossible to come out of denial sitting in your home on your own. It's
Hmm.
going to be, it might happen like little by little, reading books about emotionally unavailable, parenting and recognizing yourself, which is what I did. But I was already in the healing world. I already was a energy healer and practitioner.
Yeah.
So I've always been very sensitive and empathic and open, and I have this kind of nature, so for me, it was a little easier, but if you have a lot of blocks and walls up and protective mechanisms, you're not going to even come close to admitting, hey, there's a problem. And maybe the problem is not other people, but it's me. So
Hmm.
what I always suggest is to find a guide, to
Yeah.
work with a healer, a counselor, a coach, a mentor. I'm an inner child mentor. I'm also a
Yeah.
trauma tapper. And so I
Yeah.
help people to self-regulate, because as children, if we experience a lot of stress, a lot of shock, a lot of loss from an early age, we become dysregulated and we're not thinking clearly. We're not making good decisions. We're always feeling like, there's something missing or there's something wrong or we're broken. We're damaged goods, which is far from the truth. So we believe these lies and stories. So that's why we need somebody to point out, like, hey, you know, this seems to be a pattern. This is not something that happened yesterday, and it's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. And we can start investigating and exploring, what happened, and help people to, feel more empowered and more in control of their lives, and realize that it's not their fault that they had this kind of upbringing. And then little by little, I'll teach them meditation, breathing, guided visualizations. And, this is what I offer on my weekly gatherings on Zoom every week. And this helps people because we all need a support system. And if you didn't have consistent um, love and attention and encouragement growing up, and you didn't feel supported, this is especially what you need. You need to join a group or belong to, this is what I did. I joined a group. I actually created my own group. Yeah, and that's what I did. And then this created a safe space for us to share our stories and, with people that are not going to judge us, right? They've been there before themselves. And this is what I would suggest. So either join a group, like a network, a support system, and I can always give referrals for that, but also to find a person that you trust, to confide in, to open up to, that you feel safe and heard. Someone like me or me. So those are the two main things that I would suggest, because it's not an easy process to come out of denial, because then we wind up blaming and shaming ourselves. But there's none of that in the work that I do. It's more about admiration and strength. I'm going to celebrate you, right? Because it takes a lot of strength and courage, and also a lot of resilience to go through what you've been through and still survive. Many people don't. And yet, inner child trauma is so common.
Right. Many people don't even accept that they are suffering from something in their mind. They are not able to accept that. So they are just in the loop that like everything is okay, like this is happening, something like this. So they have to accept it first, that there is something that is happening. Talk to somebody, talk to a mentor, have a consultation, and then you can understand like what is going on, and there is a solution for every problem that you are facing, but you have to find the solution. You will get it. So that is amazing.
And
One,
also, I just want to add something. May
yeah,
I
yeah,
add
yeah.
something?
Definitely, yeah.
It can be potentially dangerous are not, if you are hiding your past, your history, and pretending that everything is okay. That's actually very toxic. Toxic for your mental, emotional, and spiritual health and well being. And another danger, a potential threat or danger, can be self medicating, because you're trying to soothe the pain, in your heart and your soul, with medication, with alcohol, with drugs, with toxic and dangerous relationships, risky behaviors, and all of that. Okay. So, um, this is something, and even with something as simple and basic as food, right? Or, maybe you become a workaholic or a shopaholic, and you're always addicted to your phone or your computer because you are avoiding your feelings, you're avoiding to the pain
Yeah,
that's actually still living inside of you. So I just
right.
wanted to point that out. It's really, really important.
100%.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I have seen a lot of people who are not happy from inside, but they are just hiding their pain by having some drugs or like taking some pills, like anxiety pills, something like that, to just get that relaxation for a few hours. But after that, they are back to the again, like back again for the same life. There is same problems and the same anxiety that is going on in their mind. So, like, this is very dangerous to be addicted. And I think there are a lot of people who are getting addicted to drugs are facing this problem because they are not able to leave that.
Absolutely. It's all from trauma. It's all from unresolved, unhealed trauma, unprocessed trauma. That's where all of these addictions are born. That's where they
Comes
come from.
from. Yeah.
And that's been
So what
proven
you
in
will say
science
about
and all the research.
what you will recommend for the people who are getting addicted to any type of drug, any type of supplements or anything? Like, is there any way that they can start this doing it by today or tomorrow and like go far from the addiction that
Yes.
they have?
What I recommend is an intervention. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. but also to just open up and confide in at least one person that you trust, whether it's a close friend, a partner, you know, it doesn't have to be a family member, could be a coworker, could be someone that you feel is safe for you to confide in, to really speak your truth. And when that happens, then everything can change. Then you're not hiding anymore. But you also have to practice spiritual discernment, and you have to make sure that this is a person. You're not going to tell the whole world. You're going to just tell one person who is safe and who you know can help you and maybe refer you to some type of treatment, whether that's therapy or psychiatry or whatever it is, because there's some type of imbalance, right? And many times it's a neurological imbalance as well. Many times people have different types of trauma related issues, you know? So there's some kind of imbalance. It could be a chemical imbalance as well. But I think it's the willingness where you hit rock bottom and you come to a really hard decision like, I need to do something or else I'm not going to survive this. And nobody deserves to suffer needlessly if there's so much help out there, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, it is very important to have somebody that you can trust and you can start speaking. Vandana, like you are doing so many like coaching sessions and you are helping people from their transformation journey. Like, would you like to share some story of somebody whom you have helped with the transformation? And what was the life before and what is the life today?
Yeah, I have a lot of clients, so it's not just one story, it's many stories, and they're all on the testimonial page on my website, vanzanalighealing.com. But may people that have experienced childhood trauma that were so ashamed of telling their story have come to me just naturally, and they've seen, that they've experienced my work and they know that I was never going to judge them, that I could be the person to help them to come out of hiding and admit and like also admit that it's not their fault and also not blame their families. But these people have really recovered in a major way that even I can't believe. Like sometimes, I mean, a lot of people had lost their jobs, they've gotten fired, or they just like went from one job to another, living from paycheck to paycheck. And so these clients are in a much happier place now. They're able to accept that they're not perfect and their relationships have become so much healthier and they're just more at peace. So you can definitely find all of those stories on my website. But it is very inspiring for me to witness this because it didn't start with us. It started with our ancestors, with our families that passed on these generational wounds to us, right? Because it didn't start even with our parents. So, and it's not our fault. So it's about time that we stop blaming ourselves for these issues. And that's what my clients have told me. Like, finally, I can take that pressure off myself. I'm not hiding. I'm doing what I love to do, right? Finally, for the first time in my life, I'm at peace, right? And I'm not anxious or depressed anymore. So, yeah, you could find
Right.
all of those examples
Yeah,
on my website for
we will
sure.
definitely check that out. Like, guys, if you want to have like more stories, like you can check those out from the link I'm going to put in the description. Like, insane. I wanted to, like, as I was talking to you guys before, that we can have a live session together. So, like, Vandana, like, I would love to have a quick look of the sessions that you do with your audience, with your clients. Like, is it possible to do this in this podcast today, like in front of the audience on audience demand?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to because it will give you a better idea of what you can expect when you meet with me in a
Amazing.
private one-on-one session. But before that, may I just read the laundry list symptoms so you can have a better idea if you are actually an adult child?
Yeah, 100%,
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
So these are called the 14 traits of an adult child. These are characteristics that we seem to have in common
Hmm.
due to the way we were brought up,
Yeah,
either by
yeah,
dysfunctional parents, caregivers, or even um, families that were addicted, right, to drugs or alcohol. Any kind of dysfunctional household. Because when you're addicted to alcohol or drugs, your behavior is erratic usually, and it's very inconsistent. And you can't really be present with your children the way they deserve to be, right? So, number one, we become isolated and afraid of people and authority figures. We become approval seekers and we lose our identity in the process. We're frightened by angry people and any personal criticism. We either become alcoholics, marry them, or both, or we find compulsive personalities like workaholics to fulfill our abandonment needs. We live life from the viewpoint of victim, and we're attracted by that weakness in our love and friendship relationships. We have an overdeveloped sense of responsibility. Many of us are perfectionists. Like I said before, it's easier for us to be concerned with others, so we become caregivers and really to take care of ourselves. And this enables us not to look too closely at our own faults. We also get guilt feelings when we stand up for ourselves instead of giving in to others, and we become addicted to excitement. And there are a few more. We confuse love and pity, and we tend to love people we can pity and rescue. We have stuffed our feelings from our traumatic childhoods, and we've lost the ability to feel or express our feelings because it hurts too much. This is called denial. We judge ourselves harshly. We have a very low sense of self-esteem. We are dependent. We are codependent because we're terrified of being abandoned again. And we will do anything to hold on to a relationship so that we don't have to re-experience painful feelings. Alcoholism is a family disease. So our parents or caregivers that raised us, they might not be alcoholics, but they may exhibit the personality traits of someone that we call a para-alcoholic. So they take on the characteristics of this disease, even if they never had a drink. And we become reactors rather than actors. So we overreact to the littlest trigger. Okay, so I hope that that helps you.
yeah. That was so
I
detailed.
hope it helps everybody
It,
who's listening. Right.
yeah, it is going to hope like this was very detailed. It was very very detailed. Like people can definitely understand and they can just check mark like what is going on in their mind. There was 3 4 things that was like very very like deep for me, like it happens with me. So the first one you told me about the, like we don't express our feelings because that is hurting us from inside. So sometimes like somebody is asking me, tell me what happened, tell me what happened, I'm not telling them anything because I don't want to speak those things, because when I speak those things that hurts me a lot. So like that is what happening with like I can feel that, and I can relate with that because it happened to me as well, because I'm not speaking my pain because that hurts me. So whenever I remind it back and back, whenever when I go to that history at that point of time to speak those things, that hurts me a lot. So and once this kind of things happens in your life, you start like you become a caregiver. So you started caring more about people rather than yourself. So like I can relate with
Exactly.
that.
And you tend to shut down. You tend to you get easily triggered.
Hmm.
And what happens is your nervous system becomes dysregulated and
Yeah.
you go into the fight, flight, fear, freeze response. And the
Hmm.
last stage of that would be to basically collapse and shut down emotionally.
Right.
And so as children, we didn't have the ability or the power to fight back, right? Or to run away. So we couldn't fight and we couldn't flee.
Yeah.
So we froze. because we were suppressed.
Hmm.
And so we're so used to, so then we suppress ourselves, we censor ourselves, you know what I mean? Because we're so used to that pattern. We just freeze if there's something
Cool.
that really scares us or terrifies us. And so a lot of the frozen energy is living inside of us where we feel numb all the time. And when we feel numb all the time, that's when we turn to self-medication substances so that we could feel alive again, that we
Right.
could feel anything,
Right.
right?
I
So you understand.
I
And
think a lot
I'm
of
glad
people are
I
suffering with
shared
this.
this a lot.
Yeah,
I would say the majority of us,
majority
yeah.
of them.
It's a spectrum, just like everything. It's a window, right? I mean, it could be 10% of the time you experienced
Yeah.
neglect, abandonment, stress, or just abuse, mistreatment.
Hmm.
Or it could be 80%, you know, and a lot of those memories are blocked
Hmm.
because this is what keeps us alive. This is what sustains us, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So we can go even deeper into more details maybe next time we meet. But
100%.
right now, I'd love to offer you a session.
Amazing. Amazing. I would
Okay,
love
great.
to join. I'm very excited for this. So, guys, let's get started.
Awesome. Let's get started. So, Chitan, can I ask you, do you have another chair? Like, do you have two chairs or is it just the one chair that you have in your
No,
office?
I have another one.
You do? Can you bring over that other chair? Because this exercise involves two chairs,
Okay.
kind of like a role play. We're going to be role playing and we're going to have a little fun today.
Okay. This one is the another one. Is it okay? Like, can you
Yeah,
see me
that's
now?
perfect.
Yeah.
And have the chairs facing each other.
Uh,
Have the chairs facing each other.
Like,
Yeah, like you're turning sideways.
okay. Like,
So you're not facing me.
okay. Okay. I'm not going to face you. Okay. So I can do this like this and
Right.
this like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So again, you don't need to face me. And I'm going to encourage you or invite you to, if you want, get really comfortable, take off your glasses and close your eyes. Or you can just look down at your feet, just gaze down at your feet, but see if you can do that just for the next few minutes. And rub your hands together to warm them up because we all have healing hands and place them over your heart space. Okay. And we're going to begin with 3 relaxing, deep, full, and slow breaths to regulate your nervous system. So first, I'm going to ask you to breathe into any physical tension that you're holding in your body. Find in your body where you're holding that tension. Most of us hold the tension in our chest and our lungs, but mostly in our abdomen, in our stomach, our solar plexus. So see if you can imagine that there's like this hook, this energetic hook, and it's hooking right into that stressful place in your body, that tension, and it's just pulling it out with the out breath. So you can release it, hook that tension with your in and out breath, and just release it as you exhale longer. You can make a big ah sound, like, oh, what a relief, I can breathe again. And now let's go ahead and breathe into any emotional tension that you're holding, like difficult feelings. Maybe your inner child is starting to want to come out of hiding already and receive healing and reparenting. So notice where you're holding the emotional tension in your body. Is it in your heart? Is it in your lower body? Your middle, the middle section of your body, and maybe your back? And see if you can take that energetic hook and hook that tension right in the center of it, wherever you're feeling it, with your breath, and release it with your longer out breath. So it kind of looks like this. Ah. So you're exhaling a lot longer than you're inhaling, and this is regulating your vagus nervous system and your digestive system too. Now, the last breath, see if you can breathe into any mental tension, any fears, any worries, any doubts or anxieties that you're holding onto, and just notice where they're living probably in your brain, in your mind, your survival brain, right? The one that always thinks it's still in danger, the one that's always running or fighting or fleeing or freezing. And see if you can take that imaginary hook that tension with your out breath and just release it. Imagine that all of these difficult feelings, emotions, the stories that you tell yourself, the ideas, the way you torture and torment your mind, right? All of the anxieties, right? All of this heavy, intense energy, you're just releasing all of that now from your brain, your heart, your gut, and your entire body, from every cell in your body. And now let's see if we can find where your inner child is hiding in your body, where your inner child is frozen and corded inside of your body. And you can just tell me now, where do you feel your inner child and how old is this inner child? Where are they kind of hiding out in your body? Just scan your body and see, like energetically, you can run your hands around your body. Like, do any parts of your body feel different from the rest? Like colder, hotter, tighter, or lighter? What's coming up for you? Yeah. And what part of your body is and how old is it? This part of you that's still living inside of you that we can talk to now and hear from.
Yeah. So I can feel that my back is getting very heavier. So I
Hmm.
think there's
Tight,
a
your
tension in my
spine.
back.
Hmm. Hmm. So go ahead and breathe into that tension. If you want, you can close your eyes
Are you
and
able
just
to hear me?
imagine how old. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was not able to hear you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you can hear me. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you breathe into your back now? Into the back of your chakras? And can you just ask your inner child if you feel their presence at the back of you, behind you, right? Trying to capture your attention with these like trying to send you a message like, hey, I'm still alive. I'm still part of you. And I need some help. I have something to tell you that I was never able to tell anyone. So see, um, so breathe into the top of your inner child's body, the middle, the bottom, and see if you can get a glimpse of how old this part of you is. How ancient? Is he 5? Is he 10, 12, or older or younger?
5 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
I
you
can.
can say something like, hello, I see you, and I want to help you. I'm here for you now. And see how your inner child reacts. Ask your inner child to come out from your back and to move into the front of your body and to actually feel safe enough. Tell your inner child, you are safe, right?
Yeah,
I am you. I am the
I am.
adult version of you. And can you please sit in a chair opposite me? And just notice how he looks at you. Notice if he's
Yes.
allowing, if he's listening, if he feels that he can trust you. And if he can, you can sit in the opposite chair now and see if you can feel his essence, his energy. And I want you to see if you can shift into your 5-year-old child's body and just notice what that feels like. And you can actually feel that you are 5 years old again.
Oh.
And so we're going to take on the image of your inner child right now and notice what he's wearing and
Yes.
notice his voice when he's
What's
getting ready to speak to you
speech?
now and notice the way he looks at you. Of course, you have introduced yourself to him, and it will take some time to earn his trust. And ask him now what he's feeling at the moment. And you can ask him out loud
Yeah.
because he's sitting in the chair opposite you, and have a look at him.
Yeah.
I know it may seem strange, but what is the look in his eyes, this younger part of you? What is his emotional state?
Oh.
And ask, are you willing to
Mhm.
allow me to check in with you? Because I'm concerned about you and I want to give you your voice back and see how he responds.
Yeah. I can
He's
feel that.
saying
I can
yes, he's giving
see.
you permission.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can feel that. I can
Okay,
feel the
great.
younger self of mine, and he's very happy that today I'm here. He's felt.
Ah. Congratulations. It's been a very long time since he's allowed himself to be seen and heard and express, like to feel that he has permission to express every feeling and emotion, that he's not going to be silenced, right?
Hmm.
Good. So now you can ask him 3 questions.
Yeah.
What do you want?
What do you want?
So we're going to come back to the other chair now. You're going to go back into your body again, your adult body. Yes?
Yeah. I will go back there.
Yeah, go back there
Yeah.
because now you're going to be
The
the
adult
adult
version.
you again. Yes. Okay. So keep eye contact, don't look away,
Hmm.
and you can lean forward, lean in. So you're about the same height because he's probably much shorter than you.
Yeah.
So you don't want to seem like a threatening adult, like a reminder of the past, like a scary adult, right? Or a scary authority figure. So we want to ask him now these 3 questions. Yeah. Now
Hmm.
that you have his attention, the 5-year-old. Okay. What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you really, yep. What do you really need?
Hmm. What do you really need?
And how will you feel when you get what you really need? Good. So you made the first move, the first gesture to bond with your inner child, this 5-year-old, whatever happened when you were 5, or whatever happened even in the womb or the first 5 years of life before that made little Chitan um, kind of close up and kind of become very shy and self-conscious. Yeah. And
Hmm.
afraid of change, afraid of adults. So now you can go back in the chair and give him a voice and let him tell you and tell us what he really needs, what he really wants, and how he's going to feel when he gets it. And that you are going to be the one to give it to him.
Hmm.
You are going to be his new loving, safe, nurturing parent, the one that he never had growing up.
Hmm.
So you are going back in the other chair because you are now going to embody your 5-year-old little child, the innocent, playful, trusting part that, adventurous, curious, yeah, playful, all of those things. So let's give him a voice now and you can speak for him.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, I will help you. Okay. So he's going to say that these 3 statements. The first is, what I want is, and you're going to fill in the blank.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
5-year-old is going to fill in the blank. Yeah. What I
So,
want is, and you can speak that out loud.
so I'm already very happy. So I was not expecting myself, the younger version of mine, to like be like this. So whatever I have achieved in the life, I'm feeling very happy for it. Uh, so I'm
Yes,
not
and
able
there's
to.
something else that you never got that you are asking for now, that you desire, that you're still afraid to ask for. What is that one thing that you always wanted that no one gave to you, that no one was able to give you, whether it's a material object, a toy, a game, a lollipop, I don't know, like a trip or, just to play with you in the park or hold your hand or give you a hug and a kiss? What is that one thing that you never got that you want now, that you're ready to receive now? It's okay. You can ask for it. There's no shame
Yeah,
anymore.
I was.
Let's go to the next.
I
Yeah,
was.
we can say, what do you really need?
I think when I was very small, like when I was like in the school, I was getting bullied. I was not getting that
Yeah.
respect that I needed. Like not the respect, like just see me in a normal way. I was very bullied in my school, in
Yeah.
my like nobody
Mm-hmm.
was able to, even my teachers, my friends, everybody thought that I'm not
Mm-hmm.
that good enough or I'm not that stronger than them. So I think that thing that I needed, like I want to show them who I am, or like I want to earn respect.
Yes.
I want to be respectful.
Yes. And what about this? What I really need is to be understood.
Hmm. Yeah.
And what I really need is to feel that I belong,
Yeah. Right.
that my needs are my I'm just as important as anyone else. I need to feel like I belong. That's
Hmm.
what I really need. I need to be understood, to be heard, to be
Yeah.
seen, to be supported, to be honored, to be recognized and acknowledged
Yeah.
as the
Right.
beautiful soul that I am with my own unique gifts. So I don't have
Hmm.
to be like everyone else. I can feel safe just being myself. Okay.
Right.
And then and now the last one is, and then we're going to wrap up.
Yeah.
When I get what I really need, when I get what I
What I
really
really
need,
need.
I will feel how?
I feel like excited, amazing. Like it would be like I can feel that moment where I'm getting goosebumps, like I'm running to a stage, like people are shouting over there, or people are like respecting me, and like I will feel like I will have goosebumps. I will feel happy. So like I would not
Mm-hmm.
be able to express it in the words, but I can feel that energy right now inside me.
Beautiful. Thank you. This is
Yeah.
such bravery it's taking for you to be a surrogate for everyone. But this is such an emotionally rewarding um, work that you're doing now, that you're actually being vulnerable. Yeah, you don't have to wear a mask and pretend to be someone you're not. So now you can
Mm,
go back to your other chair and you're
yeah.
going to become the adult again. You're going to go back into your own body and you can still feel um, as open hearted and as trusting as you did when you were 5. So we're going to take those characteristics, the vulnerability, and just like trusting me and trusting that you're finally heard and you finally belong. So take all of these qualities of your 5-year-old,
Yeah.
creative child, sensitive child, the empathic child, all of these things, you're not leaving them behind in the other chair, right? You're
Mm.
actually embodying all the qualities of your inner child. And now I want you to imagine that your 5 year old, he is still sitting there. His energy is still there in the chair. And I want you to tell him, I want you to first ask him, do I have your permission to reparent you now,
Yeah.
to become your best friend and support system? And see if he nods his head,
Yeah.
if he's happy for you to finally rejoin him. And now remember all those things that he just asked for, like what I need. What I really need is understanding. I really need to feel like I belong, that my needs count, right? I deserve to be loved and all of these things. So I want you to tell him right now in your own words that you are ready to take on that role and give him everything he never had,
Yeah.
and address all of his unmet needs in this moment. So see if you can put it in your own words. I'm here for you. I'm never going to leave you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you everything that you never had before so you feel more comfortable, more safe, seen, heard, and no longer invisible.
I'm
I'm
there.
here to take
I'm
care
there
of
to
you.
help you. I'm there to take care of you.
Yeah.
And I would
Yes.
definitely show you, and I think you understand.
And protection is a big thing. So, does your 5 year old
I'm
child
there to protect.
need? Yes. And what promise can you make now to your inner child so he will actually believe you?
I can. Uh, can you please help me? Like, which type of promise?
Yes. Yeah. So I promise to always be there for you, to never let you
Yeah.
down,
Yeah. I'm
to support you,
right.
to encourage you when you feel hopeless or powerless.
Hmm.
All of those things.
I promise you,
I'm
I'll
here to
never.
understand you.
Yeah.
And now, please just tell little Chitan how you're going to, how can he find you after today's reunion? How can he find you again when he needs to be looked after and he needs, like, just some encouraging words or just to know he's not alone in this world?
Yeah.
How can he find you? Can you tell him how he can find you? Because you're going to now agree to like a meeting place,
Yeah.
right? So he
Yeah.
can
We are going
easily
to meet
find you
here
again because
again.
he's waited so long. Yeah.
He can find, you can find me here, like in the same place, and you can just come in my mind, like whenever I will feel, I will start doing this practice again and again.
Yes. Very good. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Okay. So you can take another deep breath in and out, come back to yourself. You can just ground in your seat and your feet. And you can tap on your arms and your chest and your back and your head, just so you feel that you're completely returned and you're fully back in your body, grounded and present.
Wow.
And of course, we want to thank your 5 year old, to come
Yeah.
in, because this might have been scary to be on a podcast. Right? Like, I don't know if 5 year old children have ever been interviewed, but just joking. But actually, it's thank you for your vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You seem very different now, more relaxed
Right.
and more centered and grounded. Yeah. More in your body,
100%.
not in your head as much.
Right. Like, I think
Beautiful.
this was
Thank
like
you.
different experience that I had today. Like, guys, like if you are watching me doing this, Like, this is the first time I'm doing this, and this was a very different experience. Like, I was not who I am. Like, I was not Chetan Agarwal at that time. I was the little kid inside me, and I was able to understand what he wants, what I wanted to do in my life, what is the thing that is forcing me from inside rather than like people are influencing me to do something. So in a regular world, people watch somebody and start doing the same thing because they are influenced by somebody. So they don't have their own goal, they don't have their own dream, they are just forced to do something by other influenced. So by doing this practice, I can feel who I
Yes.
am and what I wanted from inside, what is my need, what is the want that I want from inside. So this was amazing. Like, this was a very different experience that I had
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you so much for this.
Awesome.
And like, I was
Of
doing it for
course.
the
Thank
first
you.
time. Like, this was just a quick 15 minutes glimpse. I think when we are going to do it again for next time, like in the sessions for 90 minutes, 60 minutes, I think I would be in a different
Yes.
universe.
Absolutely. This is just a taste. It's just a
Mm,
sample or an example of what the session, how the session can really open your heart
yeah.
and really reconnect you, reunite you with all those lost pieces and parts of you that, are coming back to life again. It's such a beautiful experience. I also give my clients recommendations like to bring a teddy bear. I have a teddy bear over here,
Yeah.
or like a picture
Okay.
of you at the age that you want to work on
Right.
to
It would be
heal.
more. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and to meditate and to eye gaze with the picture of you at that age so you can really connect heart to heart, soul to soul. Yeah. So yeah, and also like a blanket and a pillow and we really go deep in sessions. So I'm
Right.
really happy that you had such a great experience. So it was
This
very
was amazing.
enlightening,
Like, I
yeah,
was
to
doing it
watch
for
you.
the. Yeah, it was very like something different that I have experienced. Like, it was different. Like, it was not me. Like, I was feeling that I'm not like Ketan, the younger one right now.
Hmm.
I can feel that energy of the child, like
Hmm.
what he wants. And amazing, amazing. I'm very, very happy for the session today. Feeling very good and like feeling
Awesome.
more in
Good.
myself right now. So amazing, amazing, Vandana, for
I'm
the
so
session.
glad.
Guys, if you want to
Thank
like
you.
experience something similar and you want to understand who you are, like you can go and just check out the page of Vandana. I'm going to put all the links in the description. You can book a call with her as well. Vandana, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much
Yes.
for your time. Thank you so much for this podcast. I'll sit and meditate right
Thank
now. I
you.
think I'll go more deeper. I'm very good
Yes.
state right now in a very good mindset.
And if I may make one little suggestion more,
Yeah.
um, do something like to prove your love and that you're not leaving, like do something for the 5-year-old part of you, like
Mm.
take yourself out for a walk, like where you're holding hands kind of thing, like imagining you're holding his hand,
Yeah.
and also maybe give him a treat, some kind of dessert, or I don't know, like candy
Yeah.
or something like that. Or maybe visit a park where there are children playing with their families,
Yeah.
and all of these activities will really help you to grow even closer with
Amazing,
your
man.
inner child.
100%.
Yeah.
100% I will do that. Thank you so much, Vandana. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you
Thank
guys for
you so
watching this
much for having me on
video.
your show.
Bye bye. Take care. Thank you guys. See you. Bye.
Bye.